Hello guys, this is another countries episode. So I fixed some borders. I also got rid of some useless countries, which in my opinion Romania was just a big punching bag, and Transylvania was just an excuse in my opinion to make Hungary weaker. So yeah, I got rid of it. I also added the new religion layer. I did not add it more accurately. I fixed it up, so now it looks something like this. As you can see, this is the religion of the world, and the reason why there is so much purple stuff is across the whole world is because the purple religion is atheism. Anyway, so now, if you remember in the very first episode, there was this distinct country in Anatolia with their own religion, in their own ethnicity group, except for the north. It's been cored by Georgia. So once again, let me fix this. There you go. This is what Georgia cored from Anatolia, more specifically. The region known as on Earth. This happened. What is this? Why is it that some guys are highlighted more? I'll just leave it there. So now the people of Anatolia will start rebelling. As in the very beginning, there's the old gold team, which will start rebelling from red control, mainly around the south. This area is rebelling from the red team, along with the very old magenta colored team, right over here, like this. The very old magenta color team, and they have rallied support. So as Mesopotamia is dealing with these breakaway states, and there'll also be rebellions in the purple team, especially around Istanbul, like that, and around the southern coast, basically capturing all of Thrace, like this, and most of the Anatolian coast, except for Izmir, as the Greeks still have a stronghold there. I forgot to mention I gave this to Italy. To the Greeks. So anyway, the Greeks will start their counter-offensive, and they'll push down, capture the Dodecanese Islands, and then recapture Gallipoli, and then capture southern Thrace. Now the red team, while they will fight the purple team. They're the pink guys. No, they're not the pink, they're magenta. So the red team will quickly encircle forces here, completely cutting off aid through to the sea. I can't speak. Anyway, now taking advantage the fact that Georgia and Mesopotamia are allied, red attacks from the north, it will be heavily present, so they're also able to capture the city. Now basically the purple team's holding out here, but they decide to go on like a more like focus area, trying to push east to the more religious areas, like that, and they will also push up north to where the Ukrainian religion is much stronger, and they're able to push incredibly far like this, and even not really encircle. They have access to Georgia, but technically this is in fact cut off. So yeah. Anyway, the red team will land in the very south of the Anatolian area, like that, and then push up north, like that. Now the rebellion grows in scale, pushing even further, recapturing the Dodecanese Islands, capturing Crete and the Aegean Islands. So yeah, they even capture Izmir, which is a shock to the Popo team. And the Popo team is forced to surrender, being forced is to give up Thrace and parts of Bulgaria, like that, to the gold team. So yeah. Now our little Georgia will join the war, hoping to get more land, and so they will mainly push in the very north. So yeah, they mainly push in the very north, but they cannot siege Constantinople as it is heavily defended, like that. Now eventually our red team is able to completely reconnect this area and capture the Ukrainian area, so from the pink team. So now they're basically encircled and cut off. So eventually, after a big circlement of the Eastern Army, the magenta team surrenders. So yeah. After a while, the red team is able to push even further, even all the way to Ankara. So yeah. After a while, the gold team is forced to surrender. So here's going to be the peace treaty. Okay, this is the peace treaty. The red team got most of their demands, but the yellow team still has a dispute with the red team over here, as the yellow team claims this area, but the red team also claims it. So after a while of dispute, it is agreed to be given to the yellow team. Sorry, Georgia. So yeah, more accurately, the capital is in Trabzon. So I wouldn't really call it Georgia, but still I'll call it Georgia because it's not in Tbilisi. So yeah. Anyway, these guys' capital is going to be in Constantinople. Size 10. It's going to be right here. Wait. This guy. Pow. So there we go, now it's clear. So yeah, that is where their capital is. So yeah, after this massive defeat, after they got faced defeat after defeat by rebellions and the Popo team's completely stripped, the Popo team had enough of it. So because of it, the Popo team will start collapsing, and they'll collapse into several groups, of course among the religious lines. So the first area to break away is the Ukrainian believers in the northeast, believing in I forgot it. Nihilism. I believe it's ultra-militarism along with nihilism. Their goal is to destroy and reclaim all the lands taken, aka the German area, the Iberian area, especially Carthage, Egypt, and most importantly the red team. So yeah, next things next, there is going to be the seafoam country, which believes in the fact that all people should be equal, sense in aka the same sense of communism. So these guys are basically commies. Fine, now I'm going to cheat like this. Well, Okay, there we go. I finally found it. So yeah, these guys are going to break away from the state, the Italians, believing in communism, and finally, here in the very north, there's going to be this tan country, right, in the very north, that believes in what should this one believe? They're going to believe in theocratic. No, they're going to believe in a Republican and belief. If as these guys are a monarchy and these guys believe in Republicans in a democratic area. So, yeah. Now some first battles will begin in the Civil War. Most importantly, the Italians will start pushing into Albania and Epirus. So, they'll push into Albania and Epirus and parts of southern the Peloponnese Peninsula, along with the Popo team successfully securing the very southern cities. This, along with beating the ultra-militaristic and nihilistic state in the north. Okay, so, anyway, the Italians will push further into the Republic, as the Republic is incredibly weak since they are a very young nation. But after a massive battle, the Republic is able to push into Montenegro, capturing the key cities. So, yeah. Now, there is a country that's going to be intervening, more accurately an alliance. This is the Bamboo Alliance. The Bamboo Alliance is a peacekeeping force. It's attempting to combat civil wars, and what they want is to hopefully have the monarchy win. Even though they just fought a war with the monarchy, the Republicans can easily switch to another ideology, and it's new. And the communists are an incredibly radical leftist part, so they're worried that these will inspire other people in their own country to start rebelling, and the ultra-militaristic nihilistic state breaks everything because they want to reconquer all the lost territories in the Mediterranean, which completely counters it. So because of this, France and Iberia will start the invasion of northern Italy. So, France will mainly push into Milan, and Italy was not expecting this because they expected France and to keep out of it. I'm going to give some of Italian territories. Please back to that. So anyway, after the shock, the Italians push back the French to the Po River, and they hope to mainly just try and hold in the Po River and in the Alpine Mountains. So, let me clean up this border a bit. The Italians will mainly hold in the Alpine Mountains, and if the Alpine Mountains fail, they can flee to the Po River to hopefully defend it themselves. So, Anyway, with this shocking success, for Italy, Iberia's force is to try and do a naval invasion, but they're blocked by Carthage, as Carthage dominates the Mediterranean islands. Anyway, the Epirus campaign is going well, and now they start pushing into Dalmatia. Anyway, the very north, it pushes successfully into Slovenia, while the ultra-nationalist nihilistic state will think of the violet team as Omsk from the New World Order. Just think of it as that, but instead of Russia, it's replaced with Greece. So the nihilistic state is of what is a city here? Well, there is Belgrade. No. Oh yeah, Bucharest. So it's going to be the city-state of Bucharest, not really a city-state, but yeah. Now the monarchy is facing all these pressures, and so they will do a counter-offensive to hopefully recapture parts of Macedonia and to recapture the Peloponnese Peninsula. But eventually they're stopped from Massafalia and Epirus. So yeah. Now the Republic, finally mobilizing its army, will bounce back and capture incredibly far, up north all the way to Istria, and will quickly bounce back and capture all of the northern lands, and along with the old Dalmatian coast, and pushing into northern Albania. So yeah. After this humiliating defeat, the Italians are forced to flee to wait. Let me check. Where's the mountains? So the Italians are forced to try and hold in the mountains. So yeah. So yeah, the Italians are mainly holding off the French army and the Istria and the Croatian army via the mountains and the very thin non-mountainous border in Albania. Anyway, the monarchy, due to taking advantage of the communist failure, is able to capture almost all of Epirus. All of Epirus, not almost, just leaving Albania left for Italy. Anyway, the nihilistic state will be able to start pushing further down into the monarchy. So yeah. So yeah. And they even push into Bulgaria. So yeah, now the monarchy is forced to hide aid after the massive push from the ultra-militaristic Danubian Federation. I'll just refer to it as the Danubian Federation. Or sorry, the Danube Reclamation Army. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, with the purple team being forced into hiding, basically me trying to hold out in the Macedonian mountains. Let me give them a bit more land. So yeah, they're mainly holding out in the Macedonian armies, mountains, trying to block all of the ultra-militaristic attacks, as to hopefully prevent them from capturing Thessaloniki. So yeah. Now finally, the Republic builds a large enough navy to do a naval invasion, and after capturing the city of Gallipoli, they are also able to successfully capture Albania. So yeah. And then they push mainly into the south of Italy. So yeah. here in this war, the south of Italy is more developed than the north, as the south of Italy was discovered first through the crossing of the Adriatic. So all the major cities are in the south compared to the north. So yeah. Anyway, eventually the army is scrambled up to try and block off after the Republican army, and they're able to push to capture 4 major cities in the very important south. So yeah. Now the Republicans are holding that. Now next things next, the Republicans will start pushing through the ultranationalists to all the way to the Hungarian border. So after a while, and after the ultra-nationalists successfully captured Thessaloniki, and also successfully capture Athens, hence the monarchy surrenders and goes into exile in Madrid, right over here. So yeah. Now it's the ultra-nationalists versus the communists versus the Republicans. So the Republicans will start focusing on trying to knock out the ultra-militaristic state, and their goal is to try and reach the incredibly defendable Carpathian Mountains. So these guys will mainly push through the north, and eventually they're able to capture the very north. So they're able to hold and successfully capture the Carpathian Mountains. So now the northern flank is defended, and all they need to do is mainly hold here in this non-mountainous gap. So anyway, now the TAN team, the TAN Republicans, can literally just purely focus on Italy, and they reclaim Naples and the surrounding areas, and even capture Rome, and finally capture Venice. So yeah, after a while, communist Italy surrenders to the Federation, and the Federation and the Balkan Federation keeps on bonking its head against the ultra-militaristic state. So eventually, a peace treaty is held in the city of Copenhagen, so for the peace treaty to work. Here is going to be the peace treaty. So guys, this is the main peace treaty. So the ultra-militaristic state will mainly get here. The Danubian Federation, the Danubian Reclamation Army will successfully take the very south of the Popo team, while the Balkan Federation will take the very north of the I can't speak English, of the Popo team. So Now these guys, the Reclamation Army, will start preparing its war against the Republicans, and the Republicans will start expanding outside aid for further alliances, mainly joining these guys. So let me shrink it down to perfect size. So these guys now join it, and now let me create a new alliance. You know what's this circle I haven't used? There's the trapezoid, circle, squares, pentagon. So So the Pentagon Alliance will be formed. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is the Pentagon Alliance. So, yeah. Anyway, some copying and pasting is needed. So, yeah, copying and pasting montage. Okay, so yeah, so they formed the Council of Revolutionary Ideals. It was to hopefully try and unite all the countries that have their own revolutionary ideas. So yeah, this also includes Latvia, as they really want to reconquer the empire. So wait. Pow. Oh, so yeah, and finally, this will also include. This will also include the country of the blue team, as the blue team wants to reclaim their ideas. And I forgot to mention, and the blue team, after their complete collapse has just focused on trying to hold on the scraps they have. So yeah, this causes a new alliance to be formed aimed of revolutionary ideas. So yeah. Next things next, Russia will start trying to counter the Estonian rebellion by pushing through the north and pushing in the very north, and eventually Estonia will have capitulated. So Russia, not wanting another civil war, will capture key areas of importance for Baltic domination, as they want sent more Baltic Sea access. So they'll capture the north of Estonia, fearing that another rebellion will happen. So yeah. Now, Russification of Estonia will start, right, as the Russians will mainly so they will mainly focus on Russifying the north. So yeah. The Russians will also start Russifying even more parts of Scandinavia. So yeah, they'll Russify all of this land and like that. So yeah. Their plan is to eventually expand down here, which after a very long while they'll successfully do, and they will expand into all of northern Scandinavia with their religion. The Russians will also push into the Great Steppe with the religion into the Great Steppe, along with pushing into the atheist areas of northern Siberia. So yeah, Huapow and Huapow. So yeah, the Russian religion is incredibly great. So yeah. Anyway, Norway will start expanding its colony in North America. So yeah, they'll successfully capture the south of what they have discovered in Newfoundland. So yeah, they will capture Newfoundland, and they will push through the coast of Greenland in the very south, but it's not as Arctic cold. So yeah, and they eventually reach the city of Nuuk, and they also push up through the north into this little bay area. So yeah, this is what Norway mainly gets from Greenland, and so yeah. Wait, I'm going to add some extra bits in. mobs. So yeah, Norway is now colonizing the New World, as they are the first colonizer to actually colonize the New World, besides the Russians, of course. So yeah. Anyway, now to America. There is a race is to discover Atlantis between the American colony and Atlantis itself. So, more after a while, all of Atlantis is discovered, and American states will take the whole South, and then literally they take the whole South, which the Atlantis people claimed. So this was called the First War of Atlantis. So there are two main advantages that Atlantis has. As one, the fact that the people do not like being a colonial subject of America, and two, the fact that they have a massive navy and America does not have such a massive navy. As remember, the Atlantis people originally started as American sailors from the American Navy, but America does have a trick up its sleeve to counter that. The fact that they have bought in Mexican ships, as Mexico dominates the islands of the Caribbean, so they're incredibly rich, and two, they have so many ships. So because of this it becomes much easier for America to do naval invasions. So yeah. Now Atlantis will mainly start pushing into the south, but American aid will come, and America will start harassing the coast, the mountainous coast and fjords of Atlantis. So yeah, of Atlantis. So yeah. Anyway, these guys will start pushing back the Americans in the colonial project, and eventually recapture the fjord areas and then completely encircle the colonial project. And after that, it ends up as a stalemate, as every time America launches an invasion like this, they instantly get pushed back out of the Purple team. So yeah, eventually America just has to realize that Atlantis will now be under Purple team's control. So yeah guys, I'm going to end it here. Goodbye, peace out, and whatever you say.